What's your thoughts on this whole silver fern malarkey?
I don't know the full extent of it. I've kind of just walked in to Eugene yelling, but it's always been a dream of mine to be an All Black, and I was always too small, so I was content with that not happening. But me being a part of the UFC is my All Blacks jersey, so I don't take this lightly. And representing New Zealand on this world stage means everything to me and everything to us at this gym at City Kickboxing. So just to be mentioned in the same conversation as the top sports teams in New Zealand, it's just paving way for that next generation. I didn't have a blueprint when I was growing up on how to get to the UFC. We did it all on the run, and now there's 7 of us in the UFC at City Kickboxing, so soon to be more. And the next generation, this is the blueprint of how to do it. We don't need to go overseas to train. We can do all homegrown in our own backyard in Aotearoa, New Zealand. So pretty privileged to be able to do that.
And how anxious are you to get back in the cage? You've always bounced back from a loss really, really well in the past. You've come out and shown your best stuff. How you're sort of jumping at the bit to get back in the octagon?
Yeah, definitely. So I'm a newly father. So my son Kobe, he's 2 weeks old now. Was born on Valentine's Day. A new situation to be, juggling a fight camp as well as being there for my partner and for my son. But I want to teach my son how to come over adversity. Taking a loss in life and learning lessons and overcoming that and rising above it. So just like we do at City Kickboxing, the best thing to do after coming off a loss is just to run it straight back, and that's what I'm going to be doing. So I've been in the gym since Christmas. This is what's been on my mind this date, UFC 259, and I'm focused. So I'm going to be channeling that dad strength come fight night.
And what, learning curves did you take from the last fight, and how have you kind of adjusted it in your camp coming into this next fight coming?
Yeah, so we can take a lot of positives away from that last fight. Getting fight of the night, 50k bonus, just says that we're right there with the top guys in the world, and just a little adjustments that I had to make, and we've been doing that in this fight camp. So we're confident coming into this one. We've been working on the holes in my game, making more complete, and into this fight, we've just kind of refocused and just can build off momentum off that last one. So one of the things about the fight game, you're going to take a lot of highs and lows. You're going to take losses. No one has a clean record. No one's Israel. He's one of the GOATs in the sport. So you just have to learn to adapt and keep turning up. So usually the one that's most consistent will get to where he wants to be. So I've been doing that. I've stayed in the gym after that loss. I didn't let it kind of deter me from the sport. I love what I do, and I love turning up to training. So yeah, we're in a good place, and I can't wait to show some stuff that we've been working on and represent New Zealand once again.
Obviously, you've got a new wife now, and a new purpose in life with the arrival of your new baby.
Yep.
How does that help you feel in terms of momentum and drive coming into this next fight?
Yeah, like I said before, it's definitely, I've always been motivated to turn up to the gym and to better my life, and now to put food on the table and to have a family to provide for. It's definitely a lot easier, to get out of bed, and it definitely lights a fire underneath me. And I can't wait just to, show my son that, look what I can do, and like I said before, turning a loss into a win, and turning a failure into success. So I'm just full proof of that, and get this win and go back and celebrate with my family.
Lastly, culture and identity is a big part of your life, and obviously you probably want to instill that into your son.
Yeah, definitely. I'm proud to be Māori, and when I step out to the octagon, I like to channel into my tupuna, into my ancestors, and I kind of embody that. I'm not Kai come fight night. I'm stepping into my alter ego, which is like my Superman version of myself, and I channel that mana that I can, and usually in the crowd, you use that energy and to let you spur you on and to rise to the occasion. So when I drape that New Zealand flag over my shoulders and I make that walkout, I am just embodying what my ancestors would have done, hundreds of years ago, fighting for land. And this time I'm the modern day version of it, fighting in front of millions of people. So yeah, I definitely don't take that lightly, representing Aotearoa.
Kai, there's a few fathers here now, a few babies around. How, if at all, has that impacted just the environment in the gym on a day-to-day basis?
I think it just puts us all on the same page. We're all, I guess, in the same boat. Where if you're coming in tired, you've been playing dad at home, and now you're coming into the gym. You just got to come in with a clean slate. Whatever you've come from, and walk into the gym. It's more like therapy, and you can kind of bounce off each other. And after training, usually it was like talks about what are you up to this weekend. Now it's like, what kind of nappies are you using? Are you going reusable or not? So it's kind of funny, and it's a funny thing. All kind of lockdown babies all came around the same time, weeks apart. So no, it's definitely a great place to be. But now we've got to kind of work out a little babysitting on the side while we're training. But it's cool to see, the next generation, and our sons and our daughters will all be training together, and martial arts will be a part of their world as well. So it's exciting for them.
Things are so close in the top 10 of the flyweight division. What does a good result in this fight mean for you, do you think?
Yeah, so I fought Brandon Moreno, who took the champ to a draw, and it was a very close fight. I thought he won. And the fight against me and Brandon Moreno was real close. It could have gone either way. I dropped him twice in the first round. So watching his fight against Figueiredo, the champ, it was, I guess, a confidence booster knowing that we're right there. We're right in the mix, being ranked number 7th now in the world. It's just about, getting the wins and getting a few wins under your belt, getting these win streaks, and then we're right there in the title contention. So to get there, you just got to look at the next guy that you're fighting. I don't want to, look past my opponent, Rogerio Bontorin, but I can definitely see myself fighting a guy in the top 5 in my next fight, and then making a run for this title by the end of this year. So it's an exciting time. The flyweights have really had a lot of backlash. Not being finishing fights, not being exciting. But in the last 2 years, we've gone from nearly being cut from the UFC to now being the most exciting division, and that just goes to show how even it is in our weight class. Anyone can beat anyone in that top 10. And people are seeing that, and people are tuning in for our fights. I think UFC 259, there's 3 other flyweight fights. So I'll be watching all of those, or everyone on that card that is in my weight class. They're on my radar. And I think it's Joe Benavidez' last fight. I think he's retiring after this one. So it's an exciting time, and everyone's living up to the expectations. People are getting fight of the nights and performance of the nights, which is awesome for the weight class. I want to be in a fan favorite division, and not just put on lackluster fights. So I want to live up to my nickname. I know that I've been saying this for a little while. My nickname's Don't Blink, and that finishes there. So hopefully come March 7th we can get it done.
Yeah, the Breakers have quite a few injuries at the moment. Just wondering after your half court 3, if Dan Shamir gives you a phone call, if you might take the call.
Mate, he comes in quite a lot. He's been in every week so far, giving me free merch, and he's telling me, I want you for the next Celebrity Slam. So hey, if they want me for the next season, I'm available. I can cross code. I could be Sonny Bull to jump into boxing, jump into basketball. But no.
How was that experience for you?
No, it was amazing being at Spark Arena for such a great event for Starship. And putting 8 points on the board, being at least respectable. I've had a few people come up to me in the game and say, we saw you training and we were worried for you, but you didn't do too bad. So no, it was awesome to be there, and just another level of respect for basketball players. They have the way they get up on the hoop effortlessly, and yeah, it was an amazing experience, and I love to do it again, especially for another charity or for Starship.
Just on Rogerio Bontorin, it's going to be sort of unfamiliar to you fighting a guy who's shorter than you. How do you prepare for that? It wasn't an insult. I mean, it must be different because you're normally punching upwards.
Yeah, it is different. I think I've fought one person in my career that's been shorter than me. So instead of throwing the overhand, I guess I got to come under for uppercut. But no, it's definitely, I can add more things to my game, and I'm so used to being the shorter fighter that now we've got a new puzzle to solve, and I might have the reach on him. So we've been doing our homework. We've watched a lot of fight footage. Eugene's the best in the world at breaking down fights and picking out their holes and working off that. So I'm looking forward to Bontorin, bringing the fight to me. He's Brazilian. All Brazilians have hard heads. They come forward. They're scrappers. So he's a black belt on the ground, but I know he'll come out swinging. So I'm ready for anything that he's going to bring to the table.